It's your girl Tamery, and we are back on Soul Food Podcast. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? How was that episode last week? If you missed it, tap in. Okay, we had a great conversation last week with my girl Anu Amani, and if you haven't heard it, please tap in. Okay, it was all about self-love and her life in general. And I just want to say, before we get deep into it, if you ever want to be a guest on Soul Food Podcast, just like when I tell you guys to tap on the link to shout out your business or tap into that question of the week, tap in to fill out the form and, you know, definitely reach out. I would love to get to know you, let you have your moment to share whatever you want to share, and let the viewers hear your story, hear what you're also trying to get out into the world. So you're welcome to come on the platform. You're welcome to share whatever you want to share, and let's talk about it. Okay, let's get them hip to some soul food. But I just wanted to shout her out real quick. I just appreciate her so much for coming out and you know, taking the time to talk to me and share with me. But let's get back into it. As I said, you guys already know it's Soul Food Podcast, and today our conversation is about sharing beliefs with confidence. Okay, sharing them beliefs with confidence. And basically what we're gonna get into is identifying and addressing fear of judgment. Okay, and this kind of is confirmation for me today, you know what I'm saying, because I feel like we all have that fear of judgment, whatever judgment it is, whatever it resonates when it comes to you. But we're gonna deep dive into that. But of course, let me just say, not only did I want to show some love to Anu Amani, but I want to show love to my viewers. Yes, I love you guys. Thank you for the support. Thank you for tuning into the channel and also tuning into Spotify. I appreciate you. I love you wherever you are. I'm doing this to share with you guys, be vulnerable with you guys. And this is not for me to basically tell you what to do, but get you thinking. Have you digest something today, you know? Just like some soul food, you know? If you never had some, throw down and go get some. But just like how it used to be back in the day when your grandmama put her foot in it. Okay, put her foot in them greens, put her foot in them chicken, and that chicken, put her foot in it. Okay, we about to get into it, like we about to get into that plate, and we gonna talk about what needs to be talked about. So when I tell y'all, my viewers, I bring this to you so you guys can have something to think about. If this resonates with your day, if this connects with you in some type of way, I hope you digest that, and I hope it makes you feel good. And even if it doesn't make you feel good, how can you flip it? How can you change it? What difference do you see? And that's why I tell y'all to tap in to Soul Food Podcast. You see how I did that? Tap into Soul Food Podcast and answer the question of the day, because reaching out to me and telling me this also helps me in the long run too, to know what my viewers are thinking, you know. Or if you need some advice, I have a question on that link for the question of the day to ask you if you need a reply back. Some people want a shoulder, but some people need advice. And I may not do it as soon as possible, but if I see it and when I get to it, trust and believe me, I have no problem giving you advice on whatever you need. It's up to you to do whatever you need to do, or whatever you do with that advice. I definitely want to say, like, I appreciate you guys so much. And I don't know. I don't know what I would do without this platform and without the compliments and the good words that I get from people that hear me and tell me, like, keep going, keep doing this. And y'all already know, shout out to my business, shout out to that sponsor, Define Cosmetics. Shout out to Define Cosmetics. That is my self-care line. And you guys need to tap in and get hip. I don't know what else to tell you. Get hip, okay? Tap into my business. And while y'all at it, shout out your business. I don't care if you just made that thing today. Tap in and get your business shouted out. All right? Get your business shouted out, okay? Let's spread this wealth in the community. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. It might be somebody that's looking for your business right now. Don't be shy. Come on now. You got to spread that wealth. Come on. We got generations to feed. Y'all don't be thinking about that. Or if you do, come on, get up. They ain't even here yet. They coming? You trying to build something or no? Because look, once you open the gate, I mean, people gonna go through. Okay. But yeah, shout out your business while you at it. Hit the follow button. Okay. Y'all know I'll be going through my list. All right, now, let's tap in though. Let's get into it. So the question I have today is, how can I overcome the fear of judgment and share my beliefs confidently? Wow. That is a question, okay? So like I said, we're identifying. We are identifying and addressing fear of judgment. And what I wrote down was, where did the fear come from? And challenge the negative thoughts. So let's take this first one in, because that's a deep question to me. Where did that fear come from? Looking at my son, from him coming from the womb to him being here, you know what I'm saying? Fear is taught. You know, kids do crazy stuff. But you know why they do crazy stuff? Because they don't know no better. But the biggest thing about not knowing better is you fear nothing. Yeah, I'm going to walk off the ledge of this couch. What's going to happen? But us, as people that have been here, that have lived that life, we going to say, if you fall off that ledge, boy, you going to bust your head open. But they thinking like, no. That's not going to happen. I'm just going to be on the floor. That's what's going to happen. And sometimes if you let them do it, they will bust their head open. Or not bust their head open. They'll bust their head. But they will actually learn from it. They be like, dang, that hurt. And it's their choice from there. Am I going to walk off this ledge and do that again? Knowing that I just hurt my head. Did it hurt that bad? That's going to come to mind. Did it hurt that bad? But you know, for the people that actually went through it and been like, oh my God, no, that hurt. That hurt me. That really took me back. That really made me feel some type of way. That really, I never want to feel that ever again. No. I'm avoiding that. So it's just like challenging that negative thought, which is the next part of it. Challenging that. And I'm going to challenge, I never want to do that again. But see, then that kind of puts in a fear in me. For example, let's say a heartbreak. We all done been through that. If we haven't, keep going. But you know, I feel like we all experience a heartbreak in some type of way, shape, or form. Nobody wants to experience the pain of a heartbreak, because we have to, that's a big thing to get over. When you are in a situation where you put your heart into it, you are vulnerable in it, you know, you really just made yourself feel comfortable for a change. And then for that thing to swoop right in and tell you, no, you got to pack it up, you got to move on, you got to do something different, that will make you scared. Which, why I see why the unknown is very scary for people. Because when you're used to something, you're just used to things. Things are going to remain the same forever. But things change. Because let's think about this. What if there was like this random trash pile in the middle of the city? A place where it's always thriving, things are always building up, things are always changing. But there's still this pile of trash that's in the middle. Nobody picked it up, nobody swept it out, threw it away. They just kept that same thing right there all the time. Eventually that's gonna start molding. Eventually it's gonna start smelling bad. It's just not gonna be right. Let's use that example as I'm here in the heart of the city. So that trash can be an example of somebody's heart. Why aren't you changing? Life is changing every day. What's wrong with you? And you just sitting there with that same stale heart. Oh, nothing gonna be this and everything's gonna be like that. I can't even think of what it is. It's hard for me to really think like that. I feel like I done been through a number of heartbreaks. Not even in relationships, friendships, people I done got to know and I feel like then switched up or whatever. Like, you know, I feel like I done been through a handful of pack it up, time to move on. I done had my fair shares of it, but I had to realize why I had to give up those things, because I knew that I was gonna have that heart, that type of heart. I was gonna fall victim in the people and the company that I kept because maybe I already seen it coming and I'm just like, ooh, I don't like that. I don't like that. Some things you just grow out of, some things you know is gonna attract to you when you start getting comfortable in it. And I just didn't want to be a part of that comfortability. I done seen where certain comfort zones then have people in their life. Some people then end up tricked. Their life then changed the whole 360. Something. When they in that comfort zone, when they trust too much, and they know they shouldn't be around it. But it's just like, oh, I knew this man since 98. Like it's 2025, my boy. This dude's still acting like it is 98. Like, he ain't changed, and he keeping you from changing. Oh, I'm my own person, I'm my own me. But let's get into building confidence in expressing beliefs. Let's get into it, y'all. So, of course, I researched, which is the first one, researched how to even do this. So, when dealing with a heartbreak, you know, all I can explain to you guys in the best way I can. You know, when it comes to anything, a friendship, a relationship, whatever, relationship period, it's okay to do your research by figuring out yourself. You know, come to yourself if you're in a situation where you're getting into a heartbreak, or if you're even in it right now. Researching is just looking into something. So deep dive into yourself. What's going on with you? Remember that wheel I got, y'all. I'm gonna put it on my page. Figure out what's wrong. How do you even feel when you're in the situation, or when you're feeling that feeling? What is that feeling? Is it your heart? Are you angry? Like, what is the problem? You know, figure out what it is. And when you figure out what it is, the next one is practice self-expression. Express yourself. Write it down first before you say anything. Because once you say some words, oh boy, you're going to have to eat that. So if you're the type of person that, write it down first. Because you can't take back what you say. It's going to always stick. Words are powerful. That ain't just something cute to say, that's real. Words are powerful. You can make or break a person off of your words. And actions is just the cherry on top. But write it down, and when you feel comfortable, or if you feel led to do so, express yourself. Express to that person. Call that person. Say whatever you need to say. Do whatever you need to do. Erykah Badu said it best, okay? When I'm going through things like this, I always think about this. And she said, when you're going through a heartbreak, I feel like I'm butchering it, but when you're going through things like that, get it out your system the best way you can. If that's calling that person every day, call them. Because eventually you will stop calling them, because you just like, either you're going to get sick of them not answering you, or you going to one day get to the realization of, what I look like calling a phone? Even though I done called them 10 times yesterday. But what do I look like? You know? What do I look like? How I look? I'm just saying, I feel you, Glow, because how I look, checking on that don't check for me. No, real, like, how do you look? And that's the next one. Positive self-talk using I statements. How do I look going up to this person and saying this to them when they broke my heart? When they did not care, when they spoke to me the way that they spoke to me? How do I look? And it could be however you feel like you look. Some people may say, how do I look keeping this to myself? It depends on how you look at it. Because it's just like, it's okay to express yourself. It's okay to let people know how you feel. There's nothing wrong with that. Some people will say like, oh, I feel like a simp for doing that. And it's just like, so? Just like my friend Shay told me, she know who she is, but I was expressing to her like how I felt like I needed closure for something. And she told me, that's only for you. Because truly, this person can tell you anything, do anything, whatever. But at the end of the day, you don't need that closure. You just need to close the door. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, people are going to do what they're going to do. They're going to say what they're going to say. And you know what? Even in the example of a simp, that's what she told me. She was saying that some girls only think that men are simps because they ain't never had a real man in their life. And even if they did, they ain't know how to treat them. Because guess what? At the end of the day, they didn't appreciate you. They don't appreciate you. Some people just use you because they know who you are. They know how to get to you. They know how to push them buttons. And here you are thinking that you are being a simp. No, you being a good person. And you being used by somebody that only wants to manipulate and not show you that they care. That's not your fault. But that's that same example of dude from 98. they think that's cute. They think that's fun. Shoot, I didn't had a situation where I thought shit was cute and fun. Excuse my language, but yeah. And when I tell you karma made me learn today, yeah, it wasn't cute and fun then. It hurt. I felt exactly what I was given. And boy, was it served on a platter. And I vowed I'd never do that again. I'd never do that again, because I don't want to feel that. But guess what? I felt that. I still feel that. And I still gotta have a heart to be prepared for when the thing comes next in my life that could break my heart. But this time I gotta know how to set boundaries. And the next one for sure is active listening. I'm gonna say this all the time, because the only thing that has been related to this is related to my sex life. Okay? And when I tell you ladies, and I tell you gentlemen, I don't know, I'm not a man, but I know for me, ladies, I can say that I hear clearly ever since I stopped having sex. Because I ain't hear nothing y'all men was saying. I was just like, yeah, I hear you. Since I brought it back to myself and keeping things to myself, I'm finally thinking clearly, because I'm caring for myself. I'm protecting myself and my energy. I don't have time to be in Delulu land when I'm trying to really be Delulu for somebody that I can be vulnerable with. It ain't, you know, that's how heartbreaks get the breaking. Cause like when you know what matized or ussy whipped, I said ussy, you ain't thinking clearly. You thinking about that, you thinking about that, yeah, I mean. You ain't thinking about what you supposed to be thinking about. And it's kind of blocking what you need to be listening to. That's how you be getting manipulated. Because you too busy thinking about something else when your mind ain't clear. I just feel like you need to always be a listener. It's something that I gotta learn on, because listening makes me a little antsy, because it's just like I'm used to replying back, or how do I continue to be in this conversation? I think that's where my mind also goes. I'm learning that sometimes people don't express for answers. They really just needed a shoulder. They really just needed to put something out there, because they've been holding that in. Unless somebody really says like, I want to know what you think. The next one is gradual exposure. So I'm just thinking like, this one got me stumped. But basically I feel like it's just saying like, being confident in something that you truly believe in, that is you, this is your authentic self, this is how you feel about whatever it is, you know, express that, bring that, put that out there in conversations, talk about it. You know, if it's fashion, wear it. You know, gradually show who you are to people. Because when you start doing that, that's when people come in that actually like you. Not even like you, but they're like-minded like you. They think like you. Oh, I like your pants. Oh, I like your shirt. I like your whole, you just put it on. Like, what? You doing that. Like, you doing that. Like, and make sure it's genuine. Because people can say, like, you doing that, but then be like, really just be hyping you up. Like, on some Regina George stuff. Like, oh my God, where'd you get it? That's the ugliest skirt I ever seen. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be careful with it, and that's what makes people fearful of expressing themselves or showing themselves or exposing themselves. But at the same time, it's just like, when you gonna do it then? When you gonna be you versus everybody's puppet? When you gonna be like, hey, this is me, and if you ain't rocking with me, I don't know what you doing. Like, I don't know. You gotta be you, because ain't nobody like you. I don't know what else to say. Because the next one is visualize. Envision your life already doing that. What does that even look like for you? And embrace the discomfort. I gotta bring it on home, because look, we going through them. Embrace the discomfort. Somebody say something about them pants, just say, hey, you ain't wearing them. And if you was, I mean, you wouldn't style it like me. I'm doing my thing over here. I don't know. Embrace it. And if they don't like that, they ain't gotta be around you at all. It's either you like it or love it, but I'm loving it over here. So, I mean, you ain't gotta. And you know, that is the next one. Seek for the feedback. You being you is always gonna be a problem to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Me being me has always been a problem for people around me. You know, some people hate that I say y'all. Some people used to talk about my eyebrows. Some people used to talk about the peach fuzz on top of my lip. You know, and I changed for people. People talked about my eyebrows being thick. I shaved my eyebrows when I was younger. You know, shave this. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, what I had to learn and grow up to realize is this is me. I got a little unibrow. It grows sometimes. I get it together, but at the end of the day, if I'm slipping and people bring it to me, it's me. Shoot. When I looked at my family that looked just like me, and I realized it ain't just me. I see a whole bunch of beautiful women around me that look just like me, and they bomb women. Handsome men. We beautiful, thriving, and creative type of people. Love it. Like, and that's when it made me confident, because at the end of the day, I'm not about to dog my bloodline. At the end of the day, they made me. They made me who I am. I'm about to embrace my discomfort, because at the end of the day, this is me. This is who I come from. This is what my grandmother's look like. You know what I'm saying? My mama's look like me. And at the end of the day, hey, the women around me beautiful, like I said, and so is the men. This is like, and if nobody appreciates that, send they butt home and keep doing you. Like, I don't know. I like this conversation today, because for real, that really took me there, because this is something hitting home, because y'all, but I love me. I'm beautiful, and I'm learning that every day. It was hard to be in this body, especially just overall. So many doors, so many chapters, so many insecurities. What strategies help me share my beliefs openly is me truly. First of all, let me tell y'all the truth. It was me looking at the mirror and realizing that I would not look at that girl in the mirror, y'all. I would not look at her. And every day I went to that mirror and I looked at myself. And I thought about everybody connected to me. My mama, my daddy, my sisters, my brothers, my cousins. And I asked myself, do you think they ugly? Do you think that they, like, how do you feel – 'About the people that made you, the people that came from you? The people that came around me is beautiful. I don't care what y'all say, and I hope y'all believe that too. I hope that you know that your mama is beautiful, your daddy is beautiful. If you have siblings, your siblings are beautiful. I hope that you know the people connected to you are the reason why you look the way you do, the reason why you thrive the way you thrive, the reason why you move the way you move, good or bad. You got to look at that every day and realize that that's you. They're a part of your story. And that's something that you need to heal. So my thing is, get to know you. And while you at it, get to know the people around you. Rebuild connections that are broken. And if they can't be rebuilt, then grieve that and move on. But at the end of the day, you are beautiful because of the people around you. I just want to tell you guys that you guys, no matter where you came from, you are beautiful. And you need to learn how to look at yourself in the mirror. Look at yourself for real. Because the only person in this world that knows that person right there is you. You the only person that truly knows you. Can't nobody tell you about you. I don't care if they knew you since day one. They don't know your thoughts. You don't know how your heart feels. They don't know your spirit. Can't nobody tell you about you. I don't care what they say, what they do. I don't care who, what. I don't care. Can't nobody tell me about me. They can only tell me about what I told them. Period. Other than that, you don't know nothing about me because you wasn't there. They wasn't there with you. And that's just real. It ain't the truth hurt. That's truth. Like, can't nobody tell you about you. But at the end of the day, that's why you got to come back to bring it back to you. Because if you can't handle you, if you can't look at yourself in the mirror and stare at yourself, then that means you can't even deal with yourself. So how do you expect people outside of you to deal with you? And I'm going to just leave you with that one. But y'all already know we wrapping it up. Please go to Soul Food Podcast. That's SOULFFOD pod POD_CLE. Hit me up. Tap into the question of the day. Of course, shout out to my business. Shout out to that sponsor, Define Cosmetics. Y'all already know. Hit up your girl and tap in. Get everybody hip to some soul food. When if you guys relate to this message or want to share this message, definitely get them hip to some soul food. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. All right, y'all. I'm out. It's on with y'all. Peace.